Welcome back to Ready, Set, Sold. I'm your host, Brian Boat. Happy Saturday, everyone. I am so excited. I've got a special guest on. And just so you know, this is going to be a recurring role that's going to be coming back probably every quarter. They're going to be doing updates on their progress. The gentleman I have here is Brian Woodward. Brian, you there?
Hey, Brian. Thanks. Yes, I'm here. I'm ready to roll.
All right, awesome. And he is a part of R3 Development. And let us know first, what is R3 stand for, Brian?
That's a question we get a lot, and I love it when people ask that question. R3 is a nonprofit in East St. Louis that is working on community development initiatives. Specifically, we solve the need of youth employment by creating youth employment opportunities for youth in East St. Louis. And the 3 R's in R3 stands for revitalizing community, respecting dignity, and restoring integrity.
Awesome. I love that. And I know you've got some information, but, off air before we got on, we were talking some stories, and maybe you can kind of relate to what we're talking about, what this is all about, and how people can be of help.
Yeah, so I'll just invite everybody out there to kind of go back in time to the 50s and 60s when East St. Louis was booming. This was a place where everybody from around here was getting their Christmas gifts and things along those lines. There was 80,000 people here at its peak, but now the population is around 25,000. And there's 2 things that have happened, which our organization has paid attention to and those 2 things are there's kind of a rapid dilapidation of homes. As the population has moved out, some homes have become derelict properties or dilapidated. Our organization comes in and we rehab those properties so that they can be lived in again. The second thing that we do, with 80,000 people moving down to 25,000 people, there's a loss of businesses and employment opportunities. And the youth in East St. Louis are kind of left in the wake of that. There's not a whole lot of opportunities to be had, so we have created an opportunity for youth to work with us as we rehab homes in East St. Louis. The youth are our mission in creating opportunities for them to develop and thrive. That's what we're all about. And so we've married youth employment with home rehabbing.
And specifically, I know you had some stories that we talked about off air. If you could maybe relate 1 or 2 of those, that would be fantastic. Kind of give people understanding the need. And just I'm going to throw it out there too, is you can make a financial. So if you're listening to this show, or you can tell your friends, whatever, is you can make a financial contribution if you go to r3development.org, not .com, r3development.org, not .com. And make a $100, $200, $250 donation. The need is so great, and the work they do is fantastic. Of course, you can do less, but let's face it. Everyone that's familiar with this area knows the plight of East St. Louis, especially the youth. And this R3 Development is trying to change that and having some great success. And I'll throw it back to you, Brian. Again, tell us some of your success stories.
Sure. I'll tell you 2 stories real quick. First, I want everybody to know that we do not employ only young men. Sometimes when people think of home rehabbing, they think of it's a man's world. That's not the case at all. We are evenly split between young women and young men. And some of our people, young men or young women, aren't actually going to end up working with their hands, even though we are teaching them a skill. But they are, because of their exposure to this employment opportunity, they are learning all about themselves. One young woman, for example, was responsible for recruiting about 8 new interns for our most recently completed internship, which happened over Christmas break. So she was developing skills that the working world needs, and those are soft skills like recruitment and project management. She was leading the team of students to recruit the other students, which required marketing and advertising inside the school. So that's one of my favorite stories to tell, because it's not just about working with your hands. It's not just about rehabbing homes. It's about building futures as much as it is about building homes. The second story I can tell you is we reconfigured everything about how we do youth programming a couple of years ago. And in doing that, we really put the impetus of leadership on the students. So it's actually the students who are recruiting other students. It started with 2 young men, and in this most recently completed Christmas internship, it ended with 17 young men and women,
wow,
all from the same high school at East St. Louis Charter.
That's awesome. Again, the need is great. If you are a builder or if you're into the building aspect of it, construction of some sort, by all means, go to r3development.org, not.com. Go there, check it out. Figure out how you can work with someone. This is a great opportunity. But if you can't do that, donate your money. Again, $100, $200, $50, whatever. I always think that, most times people going out, a family going out to the show, just to go to the show is $50. So again, it's one of those situations where give what you can, but give as much as you can. Brian, thank you so much with being on the show. Again, we're going to be following through this. This is going to be a quarterly thing. We're going to be talking about the progress of how they're doing things. With that said, I'm going to be talking the tip of the week. We'll see you soon.